wanted to talk a little bit about soothing your baby if they suffer with colic or reflux. I know for a lot of brand new babies and newborns that because their digestive system is so immature at birth and their tummies are so small, often you can find that your baby becomes quite unsettled sometimes, particularly relating to the digestive system. Colic is when I do my training and I talk to new teachers about what colic actually is. As I say, there is no real kind of firm view on exactly what colic is. It is one of those situations where babies can be very unsettled, very upset. They can often bring their legs up, become very unsettled for a few hours during the day. They can cry uncontrollably, and it can be really unsettling for you as a parent watching and feeling you don't quite know why they're so upset. I can talk firsthand a little bit, although I've worked with babies for over 25 years and I've seen a lot of babies that suffer with colic and reflux. I also have a daughter who is now 11, who when she was newborn, she was very she suffered with a lot of digestive issues, so she suffered with a lot of colicky symptoms and would sometimes cry most of the evening, particularly in the early months. So what I wanted to do was just give you a few tips which I hope will be helpful. Obviously they are only a few tips. I've got many more if you were interested and you wanted to know how massage and yoga can help. So do contact us. But what I would say as the first point, which is really important, is and very difficult, is to just slow down. So often when our babies are really unsettled, we tend to put them into this position and we tend to jiggle quite a lot or pat quite frequently to see whether we can release the wind. This can be overstimulating for new babies, and I think it's really important to think about overstimulation, because for a new baby, if you have a busy house or you have lots of people coming in and out often, all of these sorts of things, something that may not be too stimulating for us, for a newborn baby is very stimulating. So it may be to slow everything down, make sure that you turn the telly off, maybe put some relaxing classical music on, or some music that helps you relax, which will then in turn enable everything to just settle a little bit, just for a minute. And then what can be really helpful sometimes, and it's a very simple technique, is to just bring your baby so they're sitting against you, and just to place your hand just across their tummy. So across, your hands just gently on their sternum and on their tummy. And just relax your shoulders. So just roll your shoulders away from your ears. Just drop them down. Just focus on just releasing. And just for a couple of breaths, try to focus on your breathing, because often as we relax our breath, it can travel through and our babies pick up on that and they will just relax. So you can do this sitting. Or if they are really unsettled, you can do it standing, just making sure that you've got your hands in the right place, almost in a banister hold, and that just making sure that your baby's head and neck are supported. So you never want to hold them upright, because that would cause their head and neck not to be supported. You would want to place your hand here and tilt them gently to a 45-degree angle. And then have them close to you again. Do the rolling of the shoulders and just think about breathing into the count of 3, gentle pause of 1, breathing out to the count of 4. If this doesn't make any difference at all and the slowing down, your baby's still very unsettled, which can still happen, we can just get a really gentle movement. So it's almost replicating how a baby would be in your tummy. So when you were pregnant, you would have been walking around your house or walking to somewhere, the shops, or going to see a friend. And babies are used to that movement, that very slow up and down movement, almost like the steps as you would have been walking. I think that's really important to remember, because when you want to settle your baby, you want to almost replicate that same movement. So you would have never done anything too quickly. You would have always kept that same momentum going. So you can replicate this movement by just gently placing your hand again, supporting their head and neck, and just gently bringing them up and slowly lowering them down. You can move them across, gently lifting them up, gently moving down. And it's at that pace, so gently moving up, gently moving down. I want to do it a couple of times until they feel nice and settled. Lovely. This will just help them stop crying and getting themselves in a state. Often when babies begin to cry, they will then get themselves overtired and exhausted, and then you find that they're crying actually for another reason, just because they're overtired and they can't switch off and go to sleep. So you almost need to find that switch off for them, which is this gentle replicating of when they were in your tummy. And then from this position, all we can do is just gently bring our babies just across our body, and just keep your hand here, making sure this arm is always free. You never want to be pushing your baby's arm up. You want to be replicating that position, bringing this hand in and just placing it on top, so that you have both hands on the sternum area and the tummy, and you can just gently roll your baby, very gently. So again, focusing on your breath. As you relax, they will too. It may take a few minutes, but it will work. And just replicating a little bit more. And when they feel settled from this position, you can gently bring this arm over the top and bring both hands so they're gently covering each other. So you're just coming across your baby, and again, just gently using your little circles each way. Lovely. So I hope this is helpful. As I say, I have lots more techniques to show mums and dads and grandparents. So if you would like any more support with your baby suffering with any of these tummy issues, any digestive issues, please do get in contact, and I'd be really pleased to help you.